He says it doesn't matter which one.
What stands out about the box score?
We had our turnovers down, still could have had them down a lot more. We had way more assists than they did, so ball movement good. We beat them on the boards, that's always gonna help. But mainly, I was jacking, I was putting up shots. I don't really, I put up a little more shots than I usually like to.
What were you seeing out there that encouraged you to take all those shots? You know, you seem like you got a lot of good mid-range shots in one.
Yeah, I mean, it's sometimes you make them, sometimes you miss them. But I feel like I had good open looks, so I'm not mad that I took them, but I'm mad that I ain't make as many of them as I would have wanted to.
How good does it feel that after another close game to finally come out victorious in the end after how the season's gone? Does it feel like this is the win to kind of get things back on track?
Definitely a good feeling to be able to get on the other side of the win column, but mainly the thing that was best for me was that we felt connected on defense and offense. We felt like we had each other's backs. We didn't have those moments of our heads dropping and us feeling pressure because they made a run. Like they made that 16-0 run, but we still kept playing and we weathered the storm and we're able to come out on the other side of the win column today.
In the past 2 games, you guys had double-digit leads at half and then ended up losing. You had a pretty sizable lead at half today. How did you sustain that and not let the same results as the past 2 games happen again?
I feel like it's just growth. We've talked about it. We've been very aware of the fact that it's been hard for us to, not hard, that we've done a bad job of staying together. We've done a bad job of staying connected in those moments when we get, down or they make a run and things aren't looking so good for us. We need to do a better job. And we did do a better job today. We need to keep building on that, where we stay together and we, when things go against us, we come together more and more and just keep building on it.
You guys shot the 3 incredibly well, 52.2% from beyond the arc. What do you attribute that to? Good ball movement, good pace on offense, just general good?
Definitely good ball movement, getting a lot of good open looks. But then, I give every single guy on this team their credit. They work on their game and they get shots up daily and they work on those shots, the shots that they get in game, and they put in time, and that's going to show, and that's going to lead to making shots.
How did Jace feel about making his return?
Excited, man, and we're happy to have him. The energy he brings is incredible, and the defensive presence, is going to keep getting better as he actually gets his feet under him and gets the feel of the game. I know that, he probably wanted to come out immediately and be an incredible impact, but it's hard to, come in the middle of the season, no games under your belt, and just be in rhythm. But the more he practices and the more he plays, Jason's going to be a great help for us.
Olivier, we talked last game about how you guys handled adversity, maybe not so well when they had that 16-0 run. What was the difference today to, retake the lead?
Kind of not dropping our heads, sticking together, talking to each other in positive ways, making sure we had each other's backs, understanding that it's not the end of the world if they make a run. We're going to make our run, and that's just how the game goes. I was just telling them earlier, like, you're going to make shots, you're going to miss shots, and you just have to live with the results and keep shooting the shots that are good shots for you.
Terrence shot lights out. What does he bring to the offense, and what did he bring today?
Incredible spacing, and just he has a great feel for the game, and he moves well off the ball, and defensively he's a high IQ defender, so he just brings us a good veteran player that's been around for a long time.
Is there any talk of turning point, or it's about halfway through the year, obviously, this ended the 5-game stretch?
Definitely, focus on the fact that we have to build on this, but we can't let this be a one-shot thing. Like, we have to learn from this too, and we have to keep getting better, and we have to keep improving them on the things that we did well today and fixing even the mistakes that we had today, because it wasn't a perfect game. 16-0 run is something that we have to do a better job of trying to cut off earlier before it gets to 16. That's, those kind of runs can be very dangerous.
I don't know if you're asked about the Fab Five. Was it cool to have them in the locker room? I know it's your first year here. I'm not sure how familiar you are with them.
Yeah, I watched the documentary. It was cool. It was definitely dope to see them come show love and support. And it was nice to meet them. They had good things to tell us, and they're very supportive, and the whole team really appreciates that.
When you look kind of big picture and beginning of the year, the head coaching situation was what it was. Now the point guard situation is what it is. Right, one game without him. What's been the biggest challenge, like finding cohesiveness, for like a stretch of time and kind of feel like everyone on the same page, everyone playing the same game?
Yeah, I think something that a lot of people don't realize about our team is the fact that we have basically 11 guys on scholarship that are their first time in the role that they're in. Our point guard is the first time him being in such a big role. Terrence is his first time being in the type of role that he's in. Amari's first time, my first time being in the role that I'm in. Even off the bench, Will's playing the most minutes he's ever played. Jay's coming in is going to be playing the most minutes that he's ever played. Everybody's doing something new. And then, like you said, there's been things off the court that's been going on. But I think just understanding that as long as us as players, we have each other's backs and we have a next man up mentality and, we keep building on our cohesiveness, we're going to be all right. I mean, you look at the football team, they had a whole bunch of drama a couple weeks before the playoffs and everybody were talking like, oh, is this going to be detrimental to them? Yes, no, maybe so. But, they just told everybody, we're going to play. The players going to play. We got to step on the court together regardless of who's on the sideline or who's not on the sideline, who's on the court, who's not on the court. We have to play. We have to step up next day and play the game. So, I feel like we need to take note of that and be the same way. Regardless of who's there and who's not there, we have to still step on that court and play our hearts out and try to win the game.
So when everyone's in a new role, and then you go on a skid like you guys just went on, it seems like it would be especially difficult for everyone then not to go their own way, do their own thing, look out for number one, how proud of you, whatever, of, staying together through this stretch.
I think it's really cool, and I think a big part of it is just the fact that we get along so well. I think people forget how much relationships matter in sports, and getting along with your teammates and getting along with the people that you have to go to war with every day, how much it matters to have that family energy or have friendships with the people you're around and really believe that you guys have each other's best interests at heart. And I think we do. I think we are a bunch of guys that want to see each other win, and I think we're a bunch of guys that understand that we're going to have our struggles. And before the year, I told you guys this is every night we're going to step on the court, and whoever's going to play us is going to have to prove to us that they're better. And we're going to have to do the same thing, and it's just going to keep – it's a long road. It's a long road, and it's a lot of games. And until you lose your last game, you have one more game. That's how college basketball works. Until you lose your last game, you have one more game. So, even if we lose all these games, but then we win our last game, we have one more game. So until you lose your last game, we have one more game. So we just have to keep focusing on becoming better, being better, and growing, and having each other's backs and not letting go of the rope.
Thanks, Olivier.
Thanks, man.
So, appreciate y'all.